Welcome to the Two Hmong Boys podcast, where your hosts, Chue and Meng, give our hottest takes on current events and Hmong topics.
So join us each week and sit back, relax, and cha ipa. Hey y'all, welcome to our third episode on Two Hmong Boys. We're really glad you guys tuned in this week.
We are your hosts, Chue and Meng, and in today's show, we got a lot of good stuff for you guys. We are going to be talking about what men want. And then we're going to do some new song reviews, and then we'll wrap it up with our usual Hmong Hu Hmong corner.
All right, before we get into it, Meng, how was your weekend?
The weekend overall is pretty good. I think once coronavirus started, right, like all the barbershops and everything closed down, so it has been probably middle of March, early March when I last had a haircut. So it's been about a month and a half. And so my hair is getting really nasty. And I got my haircut. So I feel good. I mean, I won't share the details of how I got my haircut. I mean, respecting social distancing rules, but my hair was cut.
Dude, I've been fucking dying for a haircut. My hair hasn't been this long since like high school. Like it's all the way down to my cheek. I'm like, fuck, dude.
But hey, did you catch that Jordan documentary, The Last Dance?
Yeah, I watched it on, I think it was on Sunday. That's pretty good, but I thought the first two were a lot better.
Oh, yeah, because the first two were on like Jordan and Pippen, and this one was on like kind of
for sure,
Rodman, which has some interesting stories. And then it was a little bit on, it was a little bit on Jordan overcoming the playoffs. So that actually was pretty good, actually. The bad boy Pistons, man, they were so salty, dude.
Yeah.
Even now, Isaiah is still making excuses. They just can't admit that they were just poor sport, like they had poor sportsmanship.
I think the way I understand it is like the third episode is on Rodman, the fourth one's on Phil. But then I've seen like a Rodman documentary before. It's actually really, really good. And he's really interesting. But I don't know why they didn't like touch on all that shit about him, like all his drama and stuff. They were kind of like just kind of gloss over it. So I thought the third one could have been a lot better.
We actually ran into Dennis Rodman. We were in Miami.
Fuck no, shut up.
Yeah, that's real.
Hell no, dude.
Yeah, ask Johnny, ask our friends. And so we took a road trip. It was me, Johnny, Cheng, and Cal. We went down to Florida, and we were in Fort Lauderdale. We stayed in we rented this condo on the beach. And for real, dude, we were going out to dinner, and this dude bumps into, not me, but bumps into Johnny or something like that. And either Johnny saw him, shook his hand, or did something. And later we're all like in the car, like, dude, I think that was fucking Dennis Rodman. And it made sense because we looked him up afterwards, and he had some restaurants and stuff that he owns in the Miami area, and Florida area. So we're like, that was fucking Dennis Rodman. We could all got like autographs or something like that.
Dude, Meg, not every tall black guy is Dennis Rodman, dude.
Yeah, tall black guy with the bleached blonde hair though is probably Dennis Rodman.
Dude, don't be racist.
with the nose rings and all the weird jewelry stuff. So yeah. But overall, I mean, that's what kept me.
Dude.
Yeah, but that's what kept me through the weekend. Got my haircut and watched the documentary. So let's get into this, Chue. Let's talk about what men want. Chue, I wanted to talk about this because originally we wanted to do an episode on love and what we men need to be doing for our wives, right? But I had a friend reach out to me on Facebook, and she had asked me about, since I've been married, what I think about relationships and marriage. And I asked her, that's a broad topic. Do you want to hear about what I should be doing for a woman to make a relationship work? Or what a woman should be doing for me to help make a relationship work? And she said, well, a guy's going to do whatever they want for a girl anyway, so let's not talk about that. But let me hear about what you think a man should want from a woman. What hit me was like, holy cow, I never thought about that, because we were going to do the episode where we were going to talk about what we should do for women. And I never thought about, why is it that men don't talk about, like, here's what our women should do for us? Because when I think about women, when women get together and they talk about love and relationships like that, I guarantee you they're all focusing on what their men are not doing for them, right?
That's because men don't talk about their feelings. So
maybe. And so we are going to talk about getting into it and talk about our feelings then, and share with our women audience what men want, and hopefully, kind of just express what all the other men in our audience are already thinking. So let's talk about maybe a few things of what men want from women when we're looking for, a dating relationship kind of experience. So I think the first one that comes to mind is the most obvious: looks.
Well, I think it's funny though, when we were talking about it, we were trying to think about like what men want from women. And when it comes down to it, it's pretty basic. because we only thought about three things. So I guess guys don't really want that much from women. We're pretty like simple and basic. But the first one you're talking about is looks.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to start that off, me?
Yeah, I can start it off. I think looks is important. Everybody has their own scale of what they need from a look standpoint, and I think a lot of women, like, when they hear looks, they think men are shallow. But I think
Mm-hmm.
men are typically the pursuers and the chasers, right? We need some sort of indicator that tells us we should pursue this into that person. Obviously, the best indicator would be personality, but sometimes, like, you don't get to know a person enough right away to have a gauge for the personality or not. So looks typically is the first indicator to say, great, this person meets this sort of criteria. So now let me put in some investment to try to understand what the personality is like.
Yeah, for sure. Looks is the most basic thing, and it's the most obvious because whenever a guy looks at a girl, they're like, "Oh, is she hot? If she's hot, all right, let's do this. I'll go talk to her." It's pretty, straightforward, fundamental. Looks is important.
And as much as women may want to say it's not important, it is equally important for women. That is also their
For sure.
indicator of, like, am I going to let this guy talk to me? Women may be more open to looking beyond looks, but
Well,
initially you don't know all that yet.
well, I think it's a little bit different for guys and girls. The way I see it is, for guys, we're like, "Is she hot?" For girls, is he not ugly? So like
Same
their
thing.
expectations may be a little bit lower.
Uh, Same thing. Glass half full, glass half empty. But I will say though, right? Men might be like, well, I'm only going to talk to 7+,
Yeah,
but women might be, I'll let a guy who's 5+ talk to me,
yeah,
right? So women will have a little bit more acceptance for a range on the look.
yeah, for sure. But bottom line for the looks, a guy just wants a girl that looks hotter than himself. That's all he wants. Just someone that's a step, like one or two points ahead of him, because that way then he feels like he's dating out of his league or he's marrying out of his league.
But you know what women are going to say to that? Women are going to say, oh, does he then need the validation for his ego that he can get someone hotter than him?
Time out. Okay, so we're gonna talk about women's perspective. Women want a guy that's not as hot as them, so that she can have the power and she can hold that over him and control him. So it's
So
okay.
that,
It works. It's
so
a
that it just works
win-win.
out. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
it
win-win.
works out. So I guess we both have said then that I think generally looks are important to men and looks are also important to us, but there's just a scale on how important and what your ability or to accept what looks will be.
Yeah, for sure. So the second thing we talked about that was important to men is Nya 10K.
What is Nyaten Chu?
Exactly, dude. That's very controversial. But this is just my perspective and what I wanted when I was younger for Nya 10K and what my parents taught me. So Nya 10K is this. She has to have good jake. Do you even know what that is, Ming?
Nope. What is that?
Dude, you're so whitewashed.
You're
All right.
using too advanced of Hmong words right now.
That's what I was telling you about the Hmong song, man. You don't know like some of these words, dude. Well, okay, jake is pretty much like your ancestry, like what kind of history your ancestors had. Like this is mainly, I think this is mainly like uh, emphasizes on leprosy because that's one of the things that Hmong people were scared of back then
Mm.
because they didn't want like more leprosy because
Ah.
that's genetic. But the other thing is like that they can also be like, do their husbands or their wives treat their parents good, or like do those husbands or their parents have like multiple wives, like stuff like that. It's like so anything that has to do with their history, with their parents or their relatives.
So I'll translate it for the whitewash people like us. So basically, a good bloodline and a good family
Yes,
line.
yes, for sure. So that's one of the things that my parents always emphasized when I was younger. And then one of the other ones is Saitunya Shilla Shinde. Back then, I thought it was easy, but fuck, dude.
Yeah. You
It's
didn't know
not that
mommy got
easy,
girls
man.
that you didn't know mommy got girls that well yet, huh?
For sure, dude. Or it's not just mommy got girls, dude. I think all women are like this, I'm not hating, I'm just saying like that's not realistic.
Mhm.
It's not just like the older generation or the current generation or the Thailanders or the Laos girls nowadays. I think it's not realistic, overall. The other thing that my parents always say is like Itu nya and goy有没那么好啊？也多把我和人 do all that shit, you know. So I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense because we always be like, oh, mono and shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like the most important thing to me when I was younger because I was a mama's and daddy's boy, like I love my parents so much. So my mom always said like, "Sai tu nya lu yu nia yu zi cha le lu le nia le zi."
Mm.
And I was like, "Oh shit, that's deep." But then when I was looking, I was like, "Fuck, dude, this is impossible." There's no such thing because no one can love someone else's parents more than they love their own parents. It's like an
Right.
impossible task.
Right. Do you think that, I'll share my experience and what I think about that in a little bit, but do you think that, was what you were taught and what you were looking for when, you said you were young, you got married, a lot of our other young Hmong brothers, right, out there who are married young, do you think that's also, what their expectations of a Nya and a Nya 10K was?
Yeah, for sure, dude. Because I think this is like how we were brainwashed when we were younger.
Yeah.
This is
Hmm.
what you expect from your wife. Your nya, their nyas. This is what they expect from their nya. This is what they want you to marry because they want the perfect nya. But in like reality, most of the times they're not the perfect nya themselves.
Right.
So but then their expectations of their nya is different from their expectations themselves.
I want to build on what you said of brainwash. And first, I want to acknowledge it's a lot to ask for of a Nya,
Yeah.
and I can understand why Hmong women are so turned off by it. But that's another conversation for another day, right? We're just talking from a guy's perspective right now, right?
Hmm.
And like you said, I did grow up a little bit more free. I guess I was the youngest of 5 siblings, right? So I got a little bit more freedom from my parents. I did grow up a little bit more whitewashed, if you want to call it that. So even though my parents told me this stuff, I never really like owned it and would be like, well, I'm going to go find Yatsen K. I was more like, it's not super important for me that she fits all this.
That's because you probably 个绝对读几件是吗？
Yeah, whatever. What I'm trying to get that though, like, so even
Uh huh.
I resisted or thought I resisted the brainwashing, if you want to call it that, which in real terms is basically just the values that we were taught, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of rejected a lot of that. But when I got married, like a lot of that kind of still mattered, so impacted
Oh
me.
yeah.
Right.
It
And so
applies.
Right. And so what I want to just say for all the Hmong guys out there who like Hmong women are like, you guys should just know better. I'm like, no, it's not that easy because for
Hmm.
me, who grew up a little bit more whitewashed and rejected a lot of that, there was still this element of those values that stuck with me. So imagine somebody growing up, who didn't have the same opportunities and didn't have the same freedoms that I did to explore beyond like what they wanted to, how hard it would be for them to want and know different values in this. Yeah, but so for me, I think when I think of Nyaten K though, like in terms of like what still mattered and what's still important to me, I didn't need a lot of that. Like, I lived on my own, so I could take care of myself, financially and around the house. But what it meant to me is some of that still resonated. Like I did want someone who would love my parents as well. Maybe not more than they love their own, but
Hmm.
I needed their love for my parents to help me also love my parents more. So that was part of the okay, the Mhonya could help me do this, right? So there's some importance to having Mhonya. And the other piece was that, a Hmong would also help me to appreciate my culture more, right? Like my Hmong identity, and it just really helped me get more in touch with my cultural side. So that's kind of what Nya 10K kind of meant to me in terms of how I defined it.
Yeah, that's because like at 20, whatever, you're still like you still had a loss of identity. You still you still didn't get in touch with your Hmong side.
For good reason. Just kidding.
Stupid.
Yeah. So the third one, then, Chu, that we talked about, which I think is the most important one,
Yes,
is
I agree.
what men look for from women is respect.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, yeah. If any Hmong woman wants to please their Hmong husband, the easiest thing to do is just pretty much worship the ground that they walk on. So that's respect right there.
Yeah.
If
And
if all women did that, then there will never be a divorce. There'll never be any drama.
right. And again, this is from a male's perspective, right? There's dialogue to be had on what that means. And of course, we know there's a line to that, but I'll let you carry on, Chu.
No. I think I'm done. People might kill me, dude. You go ahead.
Yeah,
I need to
no,
collect my thoughts.
but I do think this is fundamentally the most important thing a man needs. There's this book out there called Love and Respect, and ultimately it talks about the fact that women need love and men respect.
Mhm.
And I never thought about it that way until I read that, and I was just like, yeah, you're right. As a man, the way you show love to me is to show respect to me. right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and,
Yes.
and those are like synonymous. Like you don't have to, if you don't, or if you're not all lovey dovey and you're not hitting on my love languages, you're not doing things for me, right? But then I still feel like it's a relationship I can be in and still work on. But if like the day you stop respecting me is going to be a very tough day to try to want myself to fix something in a relationship.
Yeah. And I think, this kind of ties into love, because the way I see it is for guys, our interpretation of love pretty much like is hand in hand with respect.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we feel like our wives respect us and, obviously have sex with us, then that's love,
Yeah.
But like for women, the way they see love is what you do for them. It's like a score, like a scorecard. They tally up what you do them, and that's how they see how love is, But like for
And
men, it's mostly just respect.
right. And that's not to say women are okay if a man loves them but completely disrespects them, right? Like I want to make sure people understand that's not what we're trying to say
Yeah,
here, right?
yeah. That's
But
not.
but for women, it's like if you have a baseline level of respect for them, right? Then the love is what they truly need to feel in a
For sure.
relationship.
And like a part of like respect is, 这海路, like you 这海路 with each other, it's a lot easier and it's a lot better, and it'll be more respectful, and then that way it works out better. For example, like my wife, whenever the boys want to go to strip club, right? I just be like, hey, hey babe, the boys and us we're gonna go to a strip club later, and then she'd be like, oh, 不要make up
Shut up! I'm gonna
and
ask your wife.
and she'd be like, eh, couple more years on, you got more muto up it la hook
Oh,
hey,
okay, bro.
yeah.
Damn.
So
Everybody,
that's why my wife and I get along, because
right.
so
And again, we're only talking from the male perspective on this episode, and we know Chue does a lot more on loving her to make sure so that he gets that level of respect when he wants to go through the strip club.
sure. Yeah. But I think bottom line, like after we talked about it, is if we're gonna be honest here, men don't know what they want until it's too late. So for example, like they go into marriage, they think they want all this shit, and then throughout their marriage, it turns out they don't want all this shit, and then they finally figure out what they do really want, which is the most important thing. Probably respect is probably the most important thing, and then by that time, their wife already left their ass.
Yeah.
So,
Or
huh?
or they're already so deep in resentment for their wife that they can't love their wife either, right?
For sure.
Yeah, and I think I could totally resonate with that too. Going back to kind of what we talked about before, like part of the Nyatenke piece of like sometimes men we have this like I don't know where it comes from, but like this like, oh, I need a woman to help make me better, right? To help fix me, change my flaws. And like you said, it fits because women also like to have a hand in helping a guy grow and things like that, And so it's toxic thinking, I think, but it fits. And so that was kind of one of the thinking in terms of, okay, I think I need all this stuff in a woman, right? But if I had known what I know now back then, I would just be like, I just need a woman who can respect and understand me. Anything else I can work through and I can deal with. Like if they're in Yatenke, I can deal with that. If they don't love my parents fully, I can work with that, right? Like
yeah, for sure. Like I said, like, when I was younger, I used to think that I wanted a Nyatenke, but throughout my marriage, I was like, dude, that shit's not important. Because I'm marrying my wife for me. I'm not marrying my wife for my parents or for my relatives. I don't want a wife that needs to appease them. As long as she appeases me and she makes me happy, she loves me, she understands me, then I think we're good.
Right.
Like fuck all the outside noise.
Right. So for you young bucks out there, do you?
Yeah, for sure. But still, don't marry a hoe though, because that's just gonna fuck up your life.
Okay, Chue, let's wrap up this segment with a Facebook post that was recently out there by Will Lee, and it was a PSA to Bundaos, and it was basically a screenshot of something. And I'm going to read it. It's really simple. If you're a Bundao, then you are a loser who couldn't keep your till death do us part promise. Pro tips how not to be a Bundao. 1. Marry the right guy. 2. Quit complaining, or as they say, Oshide. 3. Follow his instructions. Do as you are told, woman. 4. Cook, clean, and do laundry. 5. Stop going out with your girlfriends acting like single whores. 6. Shut the fuck up and stop acting like you can boss him around. 7. Don't gain weight and continue to look pretty. At the end of the day, no one wants a used second-hand divorcee, especially with kids. Damn, bro.
Damn, dude.
Whew.
Man, I think my first thought is, man, he ain't wrong. Dude, I love his confidence, and he sounds like he's definitely got it all figured out. But then again, it's easy to be a keyboard tough guy. So this guy's stupid. Like, he sounds like he's never been married. You know, I'm pretty sure he's like some young and naive kid, you know. And this is like a weak troll job, in my opinion.
No, you want to know what it sounds like? It sounds like this guy has been hurt by somebody.
That's true.
Probably a bundle or something like that. Or hurt by his wife who's going to become a bundle or something like that. And he's probably the dude who fucked it up. I mean, you're right. Marry the right guy. She should probably not have married you, bro. Damn. But, I mean, I don't know, man. Nobody wants a second-hand divorcee. Shit, I like divorcees, man. Especially with kids. No, I want one with kids. Yes. I mean, you want my honest take? Like, a divorcee with kids, where I am right now, is infinitely many more times going to be a better match because they're going to better understand where I'm coming from in my situation than someone who's not.
Oh, that's true. Because like, I feel like probably like divorced women or men, they have a better understanding of what they actually want.
Yeah, kind of what we just talked about.
Yeah,
you don't actually know what you want until you're towards the end of a relationship.
Yeah, until it's too late. You know? Mm-hmm. But it's okay. You know? But damn, dude, don't gain weight and continue to look pretty. Damn, dude, this guy, he must be a boss too.
No, if he, like you said, keyboard warrior, but if you could actually say that to a woman straight up, fuck.
But yeah, overall,
especially if he doesn't get slapped, he is definitely a boss when he says that.
Overall, I think this is a weak troll job, and if anyone gets mad at it, you know, that's sad because this weak ass troll job actually triggered you. So, damn, just do better.
For our next segment, we're going to do a little bit of new song reviews. There's going to be 3 songs that we review. First one is Nadachi by Supryze. The second song will be Stunna by Kalia Universe. And then our third song will be Talundu by David Yang. So Chue and I listened to these songs before we did the episode. And Chue, why don't you start off with your take on Supryze's Nadachi?
I don't really know Supryze that well. This is the first song I've heard of his. But the song, I thought it was really catchy. It had a nice beat. I really like the hook. I like that it's kind of like a nice like long tribute, you know, with the line like that's really cool, you know.
Have you ever used that as a pickup line?
Nah, dude, I ain't that fobby. I'm fobby, but I ain't that fobby, dude.
I know. Well, like I'm always curious, like, does that stuff actually work, you know?
If you have the confidence, you can pull off any line. No, I'm serious.
All right.
So
I'll have to test and experiment with that line then.
Stupid. But yeah, I really like Supryze's rap, you know, his flow, because I thought it was really good. You know, it's really hard to have a good flow while you're rapping in Hmong, but I thought he did a really good job with that. So yeah, overall, I think it's really simple and a fun song, you know, so I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun beat, and the line is really catchy.
I think my favorite line was like, 走些行vì người mua ngai mua chỉ rong ý giả lý go. I was like, damn, dude, that's easy to the thick girl. So
okay, dude, yeah, I'm like, you're gonna have to explain that one to me. My Hmong's not as good as yours.
Shut the fuck up, you serious?
I'm serious.
Well, he pretty much starts out talking about like having two plates of food, and if she will eat with him, it has a lot of meat, just like her. Like he likes a thick girl because she's thick. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, no, but overall, like, I agree with a lot of what you said. Like, I like a lot of Supryze's music. Like his song before this one, Jingdoto. I think a lot of his songs just kind of like bring you back. Like the dude, I'm sure the dude is younger than us. I don't actually know his age, but like his type of music kind of brings me back to thinking about the good old days.
Well, I don't know any of his other songs, but like I was saying earlier, you know, I feel like he's paying tribute to like our generation or like the older generation, which that's why I really like the song.
which is even better because I'm sure the guy's younger than us. I mean, we're 34. I don't
For
think he's that
sure.
old. So
For sure.
yeah. So
So next one is Kalia Universe, Stunner. What did you think, Meng?
I was not a fan of this song, to be honest. I think she's been recognized in the Twin Cities, up and rising R&B artists and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
And I give her a lot of kudos and respect for that. But I personally, as a fan, I more enjoy her Hmong stuff than I do her Mika R&B stuff. But if I take that bias aside, this had a good kind of R&B beat to it. She's got a great voice for this type of stuff. It's just not my cup of tea, and you don't get it.
Dude,
That's
a
a
reference
pun.
to her song?
Yes. So that is a pun. Thank you. You got it. Great.
Stupid, dude.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, yes. For people who don't know, go listen to her other song, Cup of Tea. But I just prefer her Monglish songs.
The song itself, it was all right. It's not her best stuff, but the music video is nice. I always like I said, I'm a visual learner, so
You just like looking at her. Come on, be honest. Who doesn't?
maybe. So, but like the music video was weird. She was all like in this dark looking place with like smoke, and all of a sudden she's like outdoors and like winter outdoors. I'm like, wait, dark and then it's super bright. I'm like, dude, this doesn't match. It doesn't go with the feel of the music. So that's why I was kind of like, I think it's all right, I guess.
Again, I'm biased. I like her Hmong song. So I think about 2 months ago, she released a song, Hanong.
Oh, yeah.
I think I heard it first at one of the fashion shows up here in Minnesota. And I thought that song was fire. Good beat,
And whenever you can like throw in some Hmong like lyrics in there, I always love that.
Yeah. But so overall, not my cup of tea, but as a R&B standalone song, it was okay.
Yeah, it's all right. But I think she does have a new one coming out on Monday.
Oh, really?
So we'll see if that one's any better.
So third one, David Yang, 草轮渡. What did you think?
When I first heard the intro, it had like an old school feel, kind of like old Hmong music, not like our generation, but like our parents' generation, where it has that kind of Chinese feel, which I kind of like.
I was looking it up. Maybe it has Chinese feel because it actually has, I think he was trying to go to the beat of Tai Isan, which is a part of Thailand. So it's not a traditional beat, right? So it's a more Thai beat.
Dude, you know that better than me. But like, damn, dude, it's a sad ass song.
It is.
Did you actually catch all the lyrics though?
Oh my god, dude, the lyrics were so fire though. I mean, it is such a sad ass song, but it's like I can't remember quite the lyrics. It was like when he says, "Oh damn!"
I was thinking like the whole time. I was like, "Damn, David, who hurt you?"
Maybe he just has a really good songwriter. I don't know.
I wish there was a music video though. So it's all right. It's a good song. I liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it. I did like kind of what you mentioned before. I did like it going back to the old school beats because I was just like, oh man, this is perfect. Old school beats with a new school, like singing a new school voice, right? And so I really thought the two went together really well. And I actually really prefer David's voice when he's actually singing songs versus his rapping songs. Like
really, I think the opposite, dude.
Like his rap is okay, but like if I'm going to listen to rap, I'm not going to listen to David Yang, right? Mm-hmm. And I want to listen to David Yang to hear these type of sappy Hmong love songs.
I actually enjoy his rap more than his Hmong songs because sometimes I feel like it sounds like kind of weird. Well, I'm no expert, but sometimes like almost sound like Chue and Meng,
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's all right.
Yeah, but still got to respect that he probably knows more Hmong than we do anyways.
Anyone who lives in the cities fucking knows more Hmong than we do, dude.
But he didn't grow up in the cities. He grew up in Madison.
He did?
Dude, David Yang's a Madison guy. He put Madison on the map. He just moved up here.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a Madison dude. But yeah, besides that, overall though, good song, right?
Yeah, I can agree. For our last segment, we're gonna do Hmong Nu Hmong. So let's get serious, dude. Right, so our first one is Anonymous. I have a friend I've known for many years. He has been my best friend, my keeper of secrets, and my shoulder to cry on. He has always been the one person to always see the good in me, and I would always want to be there for him as he is for me. But I'm starting to talk to someone, and though I like this someone very much, I know that being with him would mean not being there for my friend because this new guy says absolutely no guy friends. Do I restrict a loving friendship for a possibility at love? Or do I not even pursue the relationship because I want to keep my friendship with my best friend? Indecisive. So what do you think, Meng?
I mean, should I give my real answer? My real answer is like, if your guy you want to be with, this is like a deal breaker for him, and he's completely like absolutely no guy friends,
Uh-huh.
then I'd probably say, yeah, fuck him. Not just because you want to have your friendship with your friend, because this is a first sign of him trying to control you and what you can or can't do. I will tell you what will come next. There would be no hanging out with your girlfriends, right? No something, because this guy wants all your attention. He wants you and just you. So very simply put, this does not seem like a guy that will be good for you.
No way, dude. I don't think that way at all. You're trying to say that you're going to give up a chance at true love for a friend. Like, that seems dumb to me.
Not
like,
for a friend. There's going to be more things that come with it. The friend is the first one.
This is true love. You know,
this is the first casualty.
Love, like, nothing else matters. Fuck the friends. Fuck the family. You know, this is true love. But I agree with the guy, though. Like, dude, guys and girls can't be friends. It's not possible. Because, you know, fundamentally, humans are made to catch feelings for the opposite sex or, like, you know, whatever they're into. So it's not genetically possible for them to be friends with guys and girls because that's not how God made us, dude.
Here's one of my takes is that your guy's insecure. Okay, I'm gonna play you how I would handle the situation with you. Okay, if you really like this guy and you really want to be with him and you also like your friend, find a way to get them together. Like, don't be like, hey, let's go on a triple date and kill this. But like, hey, let's go hang out. I mean, once coronavirus is down, like, be responsible. # hang out in a way where you can bring your guy friend around him so he can feel not threatened by your guy friend. And then he might start warming up to you pushing boundaries on, okay, well, maybe this guy's not so bad. And maybe I don't have to be threatened by this guy.
Dude, no way, dude. I know Hmong men. So it's not going to happen.
I will give you a piece of that because from the woman's perspective, you might think that he is only a friend because that's what you believe the relationship is. But this guy might be wanting to get with you, and he's just stuck in the friend zone, right? And when he's stuck in the friend zone, he gets the perks of what? You cry on his shoulder when you're sad, and he's digging that, right? He's loving that. He's waiting for his moment to slide in. You know, he might get to be like the guy who you're all like comfortable, like giving you a massage and stuff like that, you know? So
that's what I'm fucking saying, dude. Because like, okay, so you know, he's the shoulder that she cries on. She'll keep going to him, and then one day she'll be like, oh, I don't know what happened. I just fell for him. No, girl. He's been playing you. He wants you to go to him, you know, because eventually you're going to catch feelings. Because this is how stupid people are, dude.
There's also a silver lining as well, though. Like, if they are truly good friends, and if you're
that's not possible.
For one second, if they're truly good friends, though, if I'm the other dude, how you could get your way with her is to befriend her friend. So if you can get the trust of her friend, the guy, you could probably get her trust as well then. And then if like you're all like buddy, right, and the friend likes you and stuff like that, then I think she's gonna be more trusting of you too.
No way, dude. That's not gonna happen. The only way that will ever happen, we're talking about Hmong people, right?
You're too fucking old school.
No. That's the only way that will ever happen if the other dude, the friend, is gay, you know, and then the guy won't feel insecure anymore. That's the only way it will ever happen. Because this is how it works.
Y'all Hmong men are insecure as fuck.
No, dude.
Next.
I'm talking about human nature, dude.
Next.
Fine. Anonymous says, lately, I've been noticing that my wife has been really cranky and snaps at me for everything. She says I'm not doing my part as a husband and I'm a failure. Please know, I am working through this crisis. I pay all the bills, I cook and prepare our meals, I take care of the kids as soon as I'm home, I do laundry, I do yard work, I am paying child support of her other kids since she had another man. Oh shit. I buy her everything she needs. Heck, I even pick up her kids from their father's place when it's her turn to have them. What does she do? Nothing, except stay home and watch TV. She does her makeup and take photos of herself to post online. She chats with her online friends. She doesn't even do housework. She doesn't cook or clean. She doesn't take care of the kids. She told me if I get COVID-19, she is kicking me out of the house. And she has the audacity to tell me I am a failure. I cannot put up with the crap she puts me through. I don't argue because I don't want to do the work. Nothing will get done. Honestly, I am exhausted because I feel alone in this marriage. All right,
Damn.
what do you think, Meng?
So you know how sometimes when we read these, we're like, this guy's a boss? Dude, this girl is a fucking boss. Because she's got this guy so wrapped up around her fingers that he's just a little bitch. No, but in all honesty, you know, we were just talking about respect earlier in the show, right? And how you need a woman's respect. So obviously she doesn't respect you, but you've got to command a woman's respect. And if you're going to be a little bitch about it, you're not going to command a woman's respect. Because you sound like a guy who is so desperate for a woman right now that you're willing to do everything for a woman, fucking grovel at her feet for whatever she gives you. I would walk all over you too, bro, if I was her.
Paul, I'm just going to be honest, man. This is what all the OGs tell everyone, you know. Hashtag Oshende.
This guy's talking about his wife? Man, I know.
Man, this guy, he's such a little bitch, dude. You know, first, you do women's work. And now, you're acting like a fucking woman who goes on fucking internet and bitches about his spouse or their spouse. And now you want, like, fucking support from social media. Come on, man. You know, like, you know what us real men do? We take our problems, we put them into a little box, and we put it in the back of our mind. You know, we continue with our daily life, act like everything's fine. That's how you be a real man.
All right. But how you be a real man to me is just like stand the fuck up for yourself. Like, if you are so afraid of losing this bitch that you're willing to do all that, then stop fucking bitching. But if you are not okay with this shit you're doing and you're willing to sacrifice your relationship for it, then do it and stop bitching either. Fuck, I hate it when guys bitch.
Yeah, dude. Because real men don't bitch, dude. Thanks, everyone, for listening to our third podcast. So you guys can check us out on Facebook at Two Hmong Boys, or shoot us a DM if there's any topics that you want to hear us talk about, or want to send us questions for our Hmong Hmong segment.
Also subscribe to us on Apple, Spotify, and Google, and don't forget to hit that 5 stars. Tune in next week, y'all.
All right, peace out, guys.
cho lo xa tí lo em long cu hai ý lo chia cu wa tu lu còn nu no mu lành mò nhỏ cu lu nên cu nia nu to i tu nên rong li co ai vì li nó tu chưa sang du thiệt chi ư lo shi chua ta xin na cu ta có lần cho cu nhon đã cu isha cu yo lu co